Yo, I'm sure you've seen the finals content sprinkled somewhere on your YouTube or social media as the newest completely free cross-platform arena shooter extravaganza game that just hit the market, but maybe it hasn't completely grabbed your interest as an FPS game enthusiast, and that's completely fine. So I'm going to be giving you guys 5 key components of the game that I've learned so far, which will help you get a more complete and thorough understanding of how it works, so that you can decide for yourself whether it's genuinely worth a download or not. I've played the game for over 200 hours already, explored plenty of different class loadouts and kits, and even hit the max rank in the Ranked Leagues playlist. So I feel like I've got some decent info and a solid understanding of the game, well, at least enough to be able to help you out. Point number 5. The Finals is at its core an arena shooter. Yes, like Hyperscape. A lot of people that play this game compare it to the most recent failures of arena shooters like Splitgate and Hyperscape. And for that reason, a lot of people are also concerned about the longevity of the game, seeing as how both of these games now have a combined player base of a community college. So it's completely understandable. The Finals is similar to both of these games in the sense that yes, you are confined to a smaller map and there are fixed teams and objectives that help the direction of fights in the game. But the main difference in the Finals would be character classes. No previous arena shooter has had classes. The Finals has 3 different classes, and these classes add a completely different depth to the game altogether. You have light, medium, and heavy. I'm sure you guys know a little bit about what the classes do, but it just brings more strategy to the field. You can out-heal teams, completely destroy buildings with certain class kits, or play for stealth and recon to get an upper hand on your enemies. This depth definitely adds a lot more chance for different scenarios to play out, which is something a lot of us look for when thinking about the longevity of a game. Number 4, one of my favorite things about the Finals, Unreal Engine 5. This game is the very first free first-person shooter to be released utilizing the Unreal 5 engine, which is basically turn of the millennium technology when it comes to gaming. This is pretty much the reason that everything in the game is completely destructible, or why the movement mechanics like grappling, jump padding, or even rocket riding. Yes, you can rocket ride in the Finals, but this is genuinely the main reason why these mechanics are so well polished. There are a few gripes I have about some of the mechanics, but they are incredibly minimal. Like for example, I think that the weapon and crosshair sway could be reduced in the game, but that's not anything insanely hard to fix later down the line. And at the same time, this also means that the game is incredibly demanding, specifically for PC players. You want to have some sort of next-gen computing hardware for sure. A good minimal spec start would be something along the lines of a 2080 graphics card or higher, and an AMD Ryzen 7 7700X or an Intel i7 13700K. That would be a good starting point for completely smooth gameplay with no hitches. Number 3, unique ranked playlist. The Finals genuinely has one of the most gripping tournament formats that I've seen from a video game personally, and it's honestly surprising how incredibly simple it is. And from what I can tell, the Finals tournament playlist doesn't have skill-based matchmaking. You're probably thinking this is insane, but it works. It's a 4-round elimination bracket, which is pretty much how real-world tournaments work, and it's kind of shocking that more games haven't actually implemented something like this as well. But basically, as you climb through the tournament bracket, the other players essentially eliminate players and opponents of lower skill level. So even though there isn't skill-based matchmaking, you will end up fighting much more challenging players the higher you climb in the brackets. And in the final round, it's a 3v3 situation where you and one final team fight to take the title. It's extremely satisfying and makes a ton of sense, which is why people have come to love it. Number 2, class customization. At first glance, the Finals only has 3 classes in its entirety, which doesn't seem like much variety at all to someone on the outside looking in. But at a second glance, the game has 9 unique abilities, 21 different weapons, and 37 gadgets. And if my math is correct, that means that there are a lot of different combinations that you can make with the current classes and abilities. You can build medium class recon kits, light class ninja loadouts, or even heavy class pyromaniacs. There's a ton of diversity in how you can decide to play the game. You don't only need to shoot a gun to win, which makes fighting very different from other games we've played in the past. And number 1, the final tip that I want to leave with you guys to help you understand the game a bit better is creativity. The game's combination of strategy, being able to manipulate the environment like never before, before, and diversity in playstyles creates a lot of room for you to play the game how you want. If you're interested in playing a game that will give you tools to make genius last-minute saves, create obstacles or traps for your enemies, or give you room to completely outplay them altogether, then I definitely think you should consider downloading the game. And hey, it's free. What could it hurt? If you enjoy FPS gaming content, make sure to like and subscribe for daily uploads. Much love, goats, and thanks for joining me in the dojo.